Am I live? Am I live? Let's see. Okay, I think I'm live. So yeah, I'm fed, I'm hydrated, and I'm washed. So I'm gonna get on with the bed. Back again. Hey, is it Christian Live? Hi, how's it going? Yeah, I'm gonna make the bed for my Airbnb before I go to bed. And then I'll be back again tomorrow to do floors and things, so yeah. Let me just check that I'm actually live. One tick. Okay, looks like I'm live, so yeah. Guess I better get started. And hey, Bushcraft Outdoors. I am live. Okay, cool. I never know. Like on here, it says sometimes I'm live, but then I'm not. So earlier I had like a lot of drops, DCs, or like 3. But yeah, I'm back again. Did you have a good dinner? Okay. Yeah. I guess I better get on with that bed. Let's set you up. I forgot to mention, yeah, like if you weren't here earlier, it's Victory Day today, so you might hear like a band. I think it's finished now, the live band, the marching band, but there's like a possibility of fireworks. It is Malta after all. There's a lot of bells going off right now, so I don't know if it's finished yet or not. We'll see. Yes, that's very good advice. Drink water. I should do the same. Okay. These books. Yeah, that's right. It's bushcraft. Like technically it's on the 8th, but they do start a little bit earlier because it's actually 3 celebrations, 3 victories. One with the Order of St. John's Knights against the Ottomans in 1565. I think there was another one against the French in the 1800s, and then the final victory was during World War II in 1943, where they survived getting starved and bombarded by the Axis, is it Axis powers? I don't know, the Nazis basically. So yeah. And yeah, no, those aren't real lanterns, those are just some, I don't know, lamps that I put together myself using bits and bobs off eBay. I do have a real lantern, but it's not functioning. I want to put a bulb in it at some point, make it electric. But it's like the old school, like where you're meant to have like a paraffin and like the rope. No, we don't have an IKEA in Malta. We have to get everything from Sicily. So like, yeah, you have to like know what you want in advance. You can't just get it. And they send people over, and you have to end up paying like a bit of a premium for them to send stuff over. But yeah, it's getting a lot easier now. Like some stores like stock some IKEA stuff. Yeah, there's a few flea markets about. A lot of the time it's old hat though, to be honest. Like old Kinney bottles, which is like the local soft drink, or like, I don't know, random car bits. But sometimes you find some real gems. You just have to be patient and make sure you got cash. Just something I always forget to do. But yeah, like a lot of things I have to order online if I'm getting stuff. Just easier. Yeah, I guess you haven't seen these walls before. I don't know if you can I don't know if you can see like the there's like some ships carved into the walls. It's like kind of hard to see unless you're at the right angle. I forget how many there are, but there's like maybe, I think it was like 17. It was in the tens at least. But it's like from merchants. They like carved it in, apparently. At least that's what I tell guests. Like the place next door, they're also an Airbnb I used to manage. He says it's from merchants, so I'm guessing it's the same. But I don't know, there's a chance it could have just been their previous owner, just like carving boats in. There's no way to know for sure. But yeah, it's meant to be quite common, like old graffiti. Switch you back. And you got started, I'm already hot. It feels hotter now than it was earlier. The building is like, I mean, it's hard to say for sure because like parts of it probably got bombed during the war, World War II that is. But definitely parts of it probably from the 1500s, so pretty old. I live in a pretty old part of Malta, so I'm about to turn the vacuum on, but it's like going to be on a lower setting, so it shouldn't hurt your ears too much. Get that vacuum out of the way, ready for tomorrow. And I'm ready to do the floors. Yeah, it can be quite, wait until that car's gone past, a bike. Yeah, it can be quite therapeutic to clean. It's a lot different because this is for an Airbnb, not for myself. I don't usually take this much care when I'm making the bed, you'll see in a bit. But yeah, it's like it's a good way to just like be in the moment, clear your mind. It's almost like exercise as well. have too many towels. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Just going. False alarm, no sneezing. Yeah, it's in pretty good shape. This is the best room. If you see the rest of the house, though, is in less good shape. Like downstairs is my next project, which is hopefully going to be Airbnb number 2. But we'll see. But yeah, so survived wars, so yeah, it's built pretty well. I mean, you can sort of see a little bit how thick the walls are. Like that's one part. So there's at least 2 limestones thick. Most of the house is like that. It's too much. And I can put you steady. Let's put that fan on for a bit. Yeah, it's like it's a lot cooler than you'd think it would be, but it's still hot. It's not like, yeah, it's no match for like having AC. But yeah, it's definitely like a lot cooler than it would be in like a more modern building. The downstairs is actually really cool. Like it's a little bit more humid, but it's like I was like staying down there during a heat wave, and it was like pretty cold. Like not cold, but it was very tolerable. But upstairs, obviously, like heat rises, it's warmer. So the further up you go, the hotter it gets. The only problem is like downstairs I've got a well that I have to sort out. That's one of the reasons I haven't rented it out yet. I've got to sort out the ventilation, humidity, that kind of thing. And actually, like earlier, I didn't close these like early enough, but like the shutters, they do help block out a lot of the light as well, like the warm. But it's, yeah, still like gets hot because I get like sunshine like this, like straight up a street. I've got like a T, so the sun hits it like for 2 hours a day, and that's when it's like the hottest, which is when I was cleaning earlier. So iron. I mean, the other reason that a lot of the buildings in Malta are limestone is just because that's the resource they've got. It's an island, it's small, and getting wood over here is like a lot more difficult than it is, like say the US, or like some Scandinavian countries. So you can get wood, but it is quite pricey. The downstairs is completely stone, so up here I've got wooden beams, but downstairs is like stone arches. Well, I kind of like sheet iron. I don't iron the whole thing. But I think it's like, I don't know, one of those things that like having a nice crisp iron sheet when you get into a bed. And I'm kind of making up for not having AC. Also, everything gets like air dried, so it doesn't like get flattened out like you would with a tumble dryer. And sometimes it kind of like warps a little bit, this top sheet. This is where the perfectionist or obsessionist in me comes out, because I like all the lines to line up a little bit. It's not perfect, but it will do. I think ever since I had to like do this in front of a guest once, had like a guest staying for 2 weeks. I mentioned her earlier. She broke a load of stuff, but after a week I usually offer, like, if they want fresh sheets or towels, because there's no washing machine here, and she's the first person to take me up on it, and she was like watching me the whole time. I was hoping she wouldn't be here, but yeah. And I couldn't do my usual obsessive doing it of like redoing it every time to make it line up, so I think I've gotten a bit better now, but I don't know. It still bugs me that it's not perfect. Using the extra towels I don't actually need. Put these here for now. This and this. Building up the towels. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself like a crazy lady. I mean, what did you want to know? Like, it's pretty easy to use. It's just like just rentals. Like, you can do it just a room, or you can have like a whole place. It also depends, like, what part of the world you're in. Like in Malta, we've actually got to get a license. We have to meet a certain criteria and apply and get a license and pay. But I think in the UK, last I checked, you don't have to do that. I'm not sure where you are. Like maybe in some, like in America, I know some states they have certain rules where you can only do it on Airbnb if it's like part of your dwelling, like you live there too. This is actually a house that's been split into separate units, which eventually I'll rent out as well, but it's just the one unit at the moment. But yeah, like, I mean, most places it's pretty easy to do. You just need to have a bed, make sure there's a bathroom. It could be a shared bathroom. It depends if it's like the whole place, an entire place, or if it's like a shared house where you can have like just the room, and then like you have a shared bathroom and kitchen. We have a neighbour that does that. They still live in the house, but they rent out a room, like the bedroom, and that bedroom's got like an ensuite. So they do have their own bathroom, but they share the kitchen and other areas. I mean, I'm just on Airbnb, but there's other there's booking.com, and there's also like Verbo. There's probably some others too, but those are the ones I know of. I've had quite good success with Airbnb, so that's just what I use. I mean, at the moment I'm like fully booked, so there are apps you can get to like sync the calendar if you do use other platforms, but it's just simpler to use one, I think, unless like you're desperate for bookings. Yeah, this is my first Airbnb. I did used to manage an Airbnb for a neighbour as well. I used to greet guests and show them around the property and answer any questions they had. Sometimes I've had to like be like a concierge service and like book taxis for them and stuff. But with this one, it's a bit more hands off. I have like a key lock, so a key safe. So they just need to know the code. They can come in and let themselves in, and I don't have to talk to anyone unless they've got any questions, which I'm always happy to answer. I mean, when I first started doing this, I did used to greet guests and I used to go for drinks with them and things, but I think most people, they're quite happy to just kind of be on their own. That's why they're doing Airbnb rather than a hotel. And the specific area that I'm in, I just happen to be somewhere there's not many hotels. It's just like a sort of boutique hotel, so they only have like 6 rooms, 5 rooms max. So for this particular area, Malta, it does well. In other areas, it's maybe a bit more oversaturated. And in the winter, it is a bit more of a struggle. Like, I was getting bookings, like last year was the first time I did winter, and I was booked, but I obviously had to drop the prices, and then like you've got to factor in the cost of like heating and the water, turning that up to make it warm enough for guests. You know, I still made a profit, but not like much. It was like less worth it, especially if I had gotten a cleaner. In the end, I just ended up doing the cleaning because the cleaner didn't work out, and here we are now. Like, I'm still doing it. So. But yeah, bushcraft is definitely like a slow down for some places, and they're thinking about regulating it more in Malta, even more so. There's a big problem with trash collection, like in some busier areas like St. Julian's and Patcherville, where there's like younger crowd, kind of the party crowd. They're kind of like just chucking their rubbish, and it's quite a big build up. And there's not enough collections to like help like pick it up, and it's just kind of in the street. So they're thinking about bringing up the eco tax. Like, that's something, I don't know if like that's in other countries as well. We have like an eco tax where tourists pay. Here it's only 50 cents per night with a maximum of €5 per person. And that's to like contribute towards things like garbage collection. But yeah, they're thinking about maybe bringing the cost of that up, and then bringing in more restrictions, like on apartments, more so than like houses like this. And yeah, I mean, not everyone's like for Airbnb. Like, I actually started a little bit. Well, I was about to start just before COVID started, and then like obviously that kind of ended my journey, and I stopped, and I just like got some other job for a while, and then like closed this up. Just had friends and family eventually once lockdown was done, and I wasn't going to start doing it again, but then I don't know, tourism seems to pick up, and I think since places like Spain and I don't know, like Italy, they're kind of cracking down on Airbnb and just like short-term rentals in general, like tourists, over tourism. I think people are choosing Malta more. And I think the more films that are filmed here as well is also bringing a lot of tourism here. Like Gladiator, I think, was one of the most recent. I think there was like a Jurassic Park as well. There's like a lot of different movies and TV series. That's the fireworks, by the way. I might have to wait for the fireworks to stop to ask you questions. Yeah, a lot of fireworks in Malta are more there is actually like a fireworks festival that happens every year as well. That's when the proper fireworks go off. Like there's different countries come to compete. Different parts of Malta, like mostly Grand Harbour and some in Gozo. So if you're into fireworks, that's something to check out if you're ever in Malta. You were asking before, like, what's the difference between an Airbnb and a hotel? I mean, it really depends on the Airbnb, but like with a hotel, for instance, I mean, sometimes there's like strict check-in rules, like it's less flexible, less personable. Like for instance, I've had guests ask me if they can check in early. If it's possible, I'll let them do that, and I don't like charge extra for that if it's possible. If I get a cleaner, I might have to start charging extra, but yeah, like I let them leave their luggage here at no extra charge. I know like they've got a little kitchenette, for instance. A lot of hotels don't have that facility. Like you would have to eat out all the time. I mean, this hasn't got a massive kitchen, so it's not quite like a full Airbnb experience. It's kind of like a slightly improved hotel. And in this area, it's more so that there aren't many hotels, and yeah, you kind of get to live like a local, like in a house that, yeah, an old house basically, rather than like a clinical hotel in a room with the same furniture and same carpeting. And you're kind of just like free to do what you want. I know sometimes Airbnb gets a bad rap for like people having like long chore lists and things, but yeah, I don't have any of that. Although probably people should take out their own trash just because it's it gets smelly here. But I don't force people to do that, especially if it's a short stay for a few nights. Oh, nice. It's actually quite a big Indian community here in Malta. In the north, they've got like quite a lot of nice Indian restaurants as well. The north of the island is more where the it's kind of more like the package holiday places, but they've got really good restaurants. But it's like kind of dead during the winter. Oh, what are you studying? Is it related to your other studies, or is it completely different for your masters? You're running away from India. I don't know, like, isn't India meant to be quite nice? Like, I mean, I imagine it's quite busy. That's the only thing that puts me off. But I've always wanted to go to India. Yeah, I think it's like some bushcraft that's like, I understand like some people, like you see some crazy requests, but then others I think like kind of reasonable, like just like picking up after yourself a little bit. And yeah, they're paying like a cleaning fee, but I mean, even if they're cleaning up after themselves, they're probably not cleaning 100% like as a cleaner would do. Like a cleaner does cost a lot of money. And it does take like a lot of time. I think people underestimate how much like cleaning goes in. Like these guests, I think they cleaned up after themselves pretty well. Like there was a lot of sand, but they tried. But I still have to clean everything. I don't charge as much as €100 though for a cleaning fee. Like my cleaning fee wouldn't even cover an actual cleaner, so it just goes towards like supplies. I mean, I actually prefer people don't clean too much because they tend to damage things when they clean, because they obviously don't know like the proper treatment for like wood countertops, that kind of thing. And it's not going to be the same as like cleaning their own place. But I think a lot of those horror stories seem to be more America, like the US, more so than like Europe. I mean, like here we've got quite strict rules. Like I say, we have to have get a license to even operate as an Airbnb. So like the standards are kind of higher. And there's a lot of services that we have to provide compared to like probably like a US place. It's just nice, like sometimes when people have left it like a little bit cleaner, it's like a nice surprise, but I'm not expecting it to be like, I'm not like, oh, I hope they've like scrubbed the floors and, you know, stripped the bed. I mean, I actually prefer, like I said, when they don't do that, but if they need to take out the trash, that's nice, because it does get stinky. Especially if they've been here for like a week during peak summertime. Because we have like organic recycling and mixed waste, and the organic gets, yeah, if they've had like fruit, it stinks. Oh, I assume you mean like pest cleaning service. No, thankfully I've not had any problems. Like the worst I've had is ants. And usually like that's why I do like a little pre-clean. A couple of days ago, like the guests actually, these ones checked out on Thursday. But like I did like a little pre-clean where I emptied the bins out and did a little pre-vac to just make sure no ants get in, because like there was like crisps on the floor and bread and things, so. Ants are fine, but they are kind of annoying. Like once they're in, it's hard to get rid of them. Like they're persistent, especially with these limestone walls. Like if there's like a crack in the wall, like a lot of these walls are filled with soil. That's how they used to do it back in the day. So it's hard for them to know if they're indoors or outdoors. And then they just like to set up shop inside. But yeah, fingers crossed, no bed bugs or anything so far. I mean, people are only usually here for like a week, and I'm like cleaning their sheets on a regular basis. And my washing machine does have like a 90-degree cycle with like a steam function for it's like to help kill extra allergens and things. So if it does look particularly grubby. Usually the worst thing though is makeup. It's like my nemesis. Yeah, ants are like little care workers, like not care workers, like cleaners, I guess, in themselves. Like they are, like they do pick up like the debris and things, but it's just, when you get like overrun with ants, it can happen easily here, just because there's so many of them, and you get like the big ants, not like the little ants. It was a big problem when I had a cat. She was always dropping her food on the floor. but I'd probably rather ants than the other kind of bugs you can get. I mean, one of the main pests here is probably like, I mean, you do get cockroaches here. Luckily, I don't really have those. But they do fly about and they can get in, like you can get the stray one, like it doesn't mean it's like a dirty place. Like it's more ground floor places that tend to get them, but yeah. I lived in a penthouse once and like I was like literally just doing some washing up and looking out the window and then one's like flying towards me. That was kind of scary. Luckily I closed the window just in time. And lizards are another one, but then lizards get rid of the cockroaches, so it's kind of like a little ecosystem. Do get scorpions here as well, but little ones, little tiny harmless ones. Again, they tend to be more ground floor. When I first moved in, there were some scorpions about, but they're long gone. Haven't seen any for like years, so. Although if we're talking about the most annoying bug, probably mosquitoes. Yeah, I mean cockroaches do tend to like kill themselves a lot of the time, just like by flipping over. Like I say, thankfully I've not had to deal much with those, but you know, being in a hot country, they are around. When you're like out, just walking around, you'll see them running about. Oh, you instantly die, and you've had a near-death experience. Oh, sorry, I misread that. Yeah, it can be pretty startling, but thankfully I've never had any like major accidents, just my usual pitiful kind of like reaction where I just kind of like, I can't actually scream like if I get panicked, like with spiders the same. I just like kind of lose my voice. But then I like, yeah, freak out a bit. But I'm kind of getting used to them now, and they're nothing compared to the ones in Thailand. They were massive in Thailand. I'm guessing in India you've got pretty big ones as well. Yeah, I think the big thing about cockroaches is they are pretty fast. They can take you by surprise. And it wasn't until I moved to Malta that I found out they do fly. I didn't know that at first until I went head to head with one. But that was like way back when I first moved to Malta, and I was living. The first place I stayed at was a Burger King in like the like the club area. I didn't realise. Me and a couple of friends. I didn't know much about Malta, but then it had like a good, like they spoke English, good weather, and they had a good gambling community, poker specifically. But yeah, the first apartment I had so many cockroaches. My friend had a good idea of, he found out online that they're like attracted to coffee, and you can make like a coffee trap. But I think one of the big ones just knocked over the coffee, and then we just ended up feeding them by mistake. So that was fun. Yeah, in the UK we don't really have cockroaches. I think they're about, but you don't really see them. And if you do that, they're probably very small compared to like the ones here. And like say Thailand are like 4 times the size. They're like humongous. All the bugs are like 4 times or 8 times the size in Thailand compared to like the UK. And yeah. I'd hate that if a cockroach crawled over me. Like the worst, I don't know, I'm always like worried they're going to go in my ear. I saw once that they can go in your ears. So I'm always like covering my ears at night just in case one does come in, but it's never happened. Like I say, I've been very lucky they've not come in. I think because I'm extra cautious. Oh, that's a shame. Like Malta's pretty cool. Like I say, there is a big Indian community here. Not so much in this area, but like in other parts of Malta. This is a bit more traditional, like more, like mostly Maltese. But it is becoming like a lot more tourists come here now, so it is changing a lot in the time I've lived here. But like Slima is good, and up north as well, like is a bit more multicultural. Actually, one of the friends I moved here with, he's Indian, but his parents went to the UK from Kenya, so he's like Kenyan Indian. He's since moved back to the UK, but yeah, I think he enjoyed his time in Malta, maybe too much. I think he applied a bit too hard. It's water. Where's my water? No, I don't go boating myself. I get terribly seasick actually. The last time I was on a boat, it was pretty bad. Yeah, but I did go swimming, but like at the local pool. They were like doing free swimming lessons for a while, so I'll probably start doing the sea as well at some point. But yeah, I do have a little bit of fear of open water. I know it's very unlikely there's going to be a shark or something that's going to eat me, but I don't know, it's just something you've got to bear in mind when you're swimming in the Mediterranean. Have you narrowed down where you're going to go then, Appy? Is it Appy? Yeah. Yeah, Appy. Or are you still deciding where you want to go? I say one of the good things about Malta, not mind trying to sell Malta, but is that they do speak English here as well, so it makes like it a bit easier for foreigners who have English as like a first or second language, at least. But then maybe you want the excuse to learn like a third language. Oh, Slovakia, nice. Isn't it meant to be, would it be quite beautiful there? Like beautiful ladies as well? Although it also always makes me think of the film Hostel. I don't know if that was in Slovakia, but I feel like there was like some tourists that were from Slovakia or something, some ladies, models. That's good. So you've got an excuse to like learn another language. And there's something with like us English, like everyone speaks good English, so it makes it hard to have motivation to learn another language. moment I'm trying to learn Spanish, but usually people that speak Spanish, or Spanish people, they speak much better English than I do Spanish. And they speak so fast as well. Sorry, going the wrong way. Oh, hey Ada, how's it going? Oh, I'm looking all sweaty again. Yeah, I guess it's not morning for you for once. Well, good afternoon, I guess it is if it's brunch. Pop you back. Well, almost noon, I guess. Well, it's kind of a late brunch. You just mean like brunch food, like was it like French toast, pancakes? Yeah, for me it's almost 10 p.m. So I won't be up for much longer. Just get this bed done, so I've got less to do tomorrow. So I'll probably see you tomorrow morning, Ada, for doing the floors, if you're awake. I read that was 1 p.m. before, so it's 1 a.m. 3:30 for Ada and 1:30 a.m. for Appy. And I'm guessing it's about the same for Outback. No, Bushcraft, sorry. Getting your name wrong again. What are you still doing up, Appy? Fried potatoes covered in cheese and egg, toast with coffee, orange juice. Oh, that sounds delicious. Yeah, Bushcraft is about the same here as well. But yeah, I think we're on the same time zone. And yeah, Appy, I'm more of a night owl as well, but not a very good one because I get woken up early by the fireworks at 8 a.m. So I'm just kind of perpetually tired. Just check there's no hairs. You know, upon a time I was an art student, and I meant working late. It's the only time I could get like peace and quiet. That's the beach towels. I think sometimes failure can be the best thing. You know, like it's what drives you to like, you know, make a change. Like what you're doing basically. It's better than giving up. And it's how you learn, like through failure. I failed many times. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a success story, but you know, I'm doing all right. I mean, I did okay at uni and I did not use that degree one bit. I mean, it's kind of a useless degree, having an art degree, if we're honest, isn't it? Well, hopefully you're about to make a load of new memories in Slovakia, or wherever you end up going. Like, it's never too late. I know life's short, but yeah, it is what you make of it. But it is all too easy to get like stuck in a rut. Sometimes I think like maybe it's time to move on from Malta. I've been here for a while, but I do like it here, so I don't know. Maybe it's time to travel, but maybe not like completely leave. I mean, swimming actually helped my mood a lot. I Like it's a small thing, but just like having something to wake up for every day is a great motivator. Sometimes it's good to like focus on the small things rather than the big picture. And just like, you know, take it each day as it comes. And as an engineer, I'm sure you've got loads of opportunities. You just need to maybe search them out. Which sounds like what you're doing because you're like looking outside of India. So you're doing the right thing. Yeah, I mean, gym is great. It's a good motivator. Not even necessarily to get like muscular or fit or whatever, but it's just good to get out the house, meet people, just give you purpose, like even if it's just like walking on a treadmill. Well, fireworks have started again, but I think it's just the loud ones and not the pretty ones. Have a look. Yeah, I think these ones are from a neighbouring town, so they're not as close, you probably can't even hear them. Okay, that one was a bit closer. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends what time you're going. But it's just, I don't know, I find just getting out the house, just even going for a walk, like around the block sometimes is good. Like it, living, like, I don't know, working from home, a lot of the time I work from home, like I was doing content writing for a while. You do end up like staying at home and like, you know, it's hard to get perspective sometimes. But yeah, just little tasks like going to the shops can be good. I don't know, I'm waffling now, but let's see if there's more fireworks. I think these fireworks are very interesting. They're just kind of like the noisy ones. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to kind of get isolated. I mean, it's part of like why I started streaming. I haven't been doing it for very long, but it's kind of nice to have. It helps me practice talking for one, because a lot of the time, like I can go for ages without talking to anyone. It's gonna make me sound really sad now, but yeah, like it makes like cleaning a bit more, I don't know, interesting than just doing it by myself. But yeah, it's easy to like lose sight when you're like on your own all the time, just on your computer watching Twitch. I mean, I do it too. Watching YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Sometimes 2 or 3 at the same time because I have a short attention span. Sounds like the interesting ones have actually started now. Okay, maybe I get the sofa done and then I might be calling it a night after that. So that's a bit noisy. Try and get this camera position so you're not just looking at my butt. Oops. I don't actually know how old the sofa is. it came with the house. It's not really my style, but yeah, it's good for the Airbnb. It kind of fits the style of the house. But yeah, it's I'll be honest, it's probably not the most comfortable sofa if you like to sit for a long time. And you definitely can't sleep on it. Like, I'm only 5'2" and I can't sleep on there fully. Like, this is hard wood, so. But yeah, it's good for short stays. Yeah, I know what you mean, bushcraft. It's not my style, but like you say, it kind of works. I don't hate it. It's not. It's better than the other sofa that was here, but luckily the owner took that one away. It was like some old leather one that was just kind of 80s, but not in a cool way. This one at least kind of goes with the look of the place. At least it's black, not like some crazy colour or pattern. This coffee table also came with the place. It's not, I hate it, but it's the only one I've got. Eventually I'll replace it, but for now it does the job. The glass is going to come off a bit. But not only is it like not my style, but it's also a pain to clean, like of the glass and all the little twizzly bits. It's yeah, annoying. It's like on a long list of things I'd like to replace that aren't essential yet. quickly do the bedside tables and then I think I might be done for the night. I keep saying that and then doing another little job, but Yes, Appy, I'm expecting guests, but not till tomorrow, 3 p.m. my time, which I think is UTC plus 2. I always get it wrong. But yeah. So yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow to do the floors and the other little things. I don't think it's 3.5, it's either UTC plus 1 or UTC plus 2, or CET, Central European time, I think. I don't know, the same as whatever Berlin and Netherlands are. Yeah, Germany, Berlin, and Netherlands, Amsterdam, that time. Same time zone as that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm probably going to go to bed now, like get some sleep so I'm ready for tomorrow so I can do the floors. I've got a bit of dusting to do, and then I've got to put all the furniture back. And then, yeah, the guests come. I also have to buy some bread in the morning because I want to buy them some fresh bread. I don't know what time they're arriving, but yeah, check-in's any time after 3, so if in case they're coming late, they've got something to eat, and I've got some wine in the fridge ready for them, so yeah, good night bushcraft, good to see you again, and thanks for the water reminders, Appy. I hope your application to go to Slovakia works out. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you again. Okay, well, ciao.